Hello everyone and welcome to a new Infinity Kingdom video. This is Kincaid from 49, and in this video guys, as I mentioned in one of my previous video, I'm slowly building Lightning March at the moment. Here is how my march is supposed to look like when it is done. I'm gonna use Genghis Khan, I'm gonna use Yusungai, I'm gonna use El Cid and Hannibal Barca. And I'm almost done with El Cid, so I want to talk about El Cid. I think I need more. I calculated it and I forgot again how many shards. I need 15 plus 80, 95 shards here plus 20, 210. That's like, wait, let me calculate this. It's 210 shards plus 100 for the artifact plus 95. I need exactly 425 shards. Yeah, I have enough coins. $425. There we go. So in this video I want to talk about El Cid, how to use such an immortal, and how to get the best out of El Cid. And fortunately I have his artifact ready. I got it out of the Stellar Compass event, I think 2 months ago. I'm really excited to try El Cid with his artifact because he works like a counter. El Cid is like a nightmare for an immortal like Alex and Hannibal Barca, because the way his skill works, so he protects the front line and reducing the physical damage that they receive by 30%. And when they are targeted or when they receive normal attacks, there is a 65% chance that they will inflict physical damage up to 100% when he is maxed. However, with his artifact, this 65% chance becomes 100%. As you can see here, after casting Conquest, receiving normal attacks will always cause physical damage to the enemy, which means that the skill itself becomes a 100% chance of inflicting physical damage whenever your front line receives normal attacks. So I want to talk about how exactly this buff works. So the way it works, El Cid provides the buff to the immortal that is in the front line with him. And this immortal starts as well to inflict physical damage whenever he receives normal attacks. And part of this buff the damage that is being inflicted is based on the physical attack that belongs to the immortal that is actually inflicting the physical damage. For example, as you can see here, my El Cid is pretty low. I'm still working on his XP. I think I have... yeah, I can get him to level 47. 48, not bad. He got some really low physical defense, which is fine for a defense immortal, because on the other hand he got a high physical defense. However, if this skill is being used on an immortal such as Hannibal Barca got a decent physical attack since he's an attack immortal, and he will get more once he's maxed, and I can use an artifact with him and upgrade his items as well. I think I have enough enchanted stones to upgrade his items. I'm just waiting to get this and then I'll upgrade all his items to plus 50. The damage that is being inflicted by Conquest, which is El Cid's skill, will be based on Hannibal Barca's physical attack. And since Hannibal Barca is going to use his artifact, that means that his damage will always increase for the duration of the fight by 45%, which means that the damage that Hannibal Barca will be inflicting through Conquest skill will be huge. We have a Lightning March in our server. Fortunately, he's not ranked in the top 100 in Arena, so I can't actually show you the march. However, I have some screenshots in Discord that I can show you for El Cid inflicting... actually, it's Hannibal Barca who's inflicting tremendous damage through Conquest skill. Let me find the reports in Discord here. Just give me a second. Or maybe I can access the reports on my browser. It will be much faster, right? Alright, there we go. So if we take a look here, this was a fight where he lost, where he barely won the fight. I don't have the full screenshot, unfortunately, but he lost the fight. He barely won the fight, and only Ilcid and Hannibal Barca survived the fight. And then they went to the fight, and this is what happened. Hannibal Barca, inflicting 10 million damage through Conquest. This is how the skill works. So what happens is Ilcid protects Hannibal Barca. He gives him a buff that inflicts physical damage whenever he receives normal attacks. So whenever Hannibal Barca inflicts physical damage, the damage that is being inflicting from him is based on his damage, is entirely his damage, his physical attack, and the buff that he's receiving from his ultimate skill, which is a passive in case he has his artifact. So this conquest damage is purely based on Hannibal Barca's damage. I think Ilcid inflicting only almost 1 million damage on this fight because his physical attack is pretty low. However, this was against an Earth March, against Alexander to be specific. So it is famous that Alexander has the highest attack speed out of all the Immortals in IK. This is why Ilcid works as a big counter for such an Immortal, and not sure how the skill works through the element counter buff. I mean, if it's Hannibal Barca that is inflicting the damage, it is considered that it's an Air Immortal, or it is part of Ilcid's damage, so it is considered as a Lightning Immortal, so he received the 25% buff. Not sure how this works exactly. I have one more report here. This was a normal fight against an Earth March. As you can see, it is down there. This is the skill. I can't scroll in the screenshot. However, if you take a look here, this is the Conquest skill. It dealt 6 million damage for 25 attempts. I think this is all the reports that I have for now. I asked my friend who is running this Lightning March to send me few reports in the DM. However, he's currently busy and he barely can access the game. I will show you more reports in the future if I got the reports from him. However, this is how Ilcid is being used. He's probably the best counter for Ilcid, for Alex and Hannibal Barca, since their main source of damage is coming from normal attacks. Also, he could be a very strong Immortal against the Earth and Wind Hybrid March, because this March has only physical damage and is only able... The only reason that this March is very successful is that the main source of damage is coming from the front line, and they are able to clear the front line quickly. However, if Ilcid is being used or is against this March, they won't be able to kill the Ilcid quickly because of his skill. He has a very low mana energy regain. However, once he casts his skill, it's over, because the skill is active for 12 seconds. As you can see here, 12 seconds is a very long time. However, he takes a very long time to activate his skill. This is why if you're running against a hybrid Earth and Wind March, or if you're running an against an Earth March, you will need to use a few defensive skills to make him survive until he casts his ultimate. Surviving skills such as Oaken Guard, or a skill such as Defense Blessing. Defense Blessing, I explained already that it works very well against the Earth Hybrid and Wind March, because their most damage is coming in the first 12 seconds of the battle. So it could be a lot of help for Ilcid until he casts his skill. Once he casts his skill, the fight is pretty much over. The damage that will be coming from him and the immortal that is beside him, and they won't even receive much damage since they have the 30%. They negates all the physical damage by 30%. As for the skills I'm using, currently I'm using Fighting Master, Physical Shield, and I'm using Lifelink. I'm not using any aura on Elcid because all I need fighting Earth with this March is just 2 auras, which is Weakness and Sacrifice. I'm not using Malice and Misleading since they're practically useless against Earth Marches. Most of them are using Corchin and they don't count on crit, so Malice and Misleading are useless. This will be all for this video, guys. If you like my content, subscribe, like, and share. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.